Hey everyone, it's Nomi. It's been about 3 and 3/4 years since the surgery. In the summer it'll be 4 years. And it's been about a year since my last update, and people have started asking me in comments for an update. So I apologize for the longer time that it's taken me to get back to you. But basically, the status quo is good. Almost 4 years after the surgery, I really don't think about my back very much, which just kind of testifies to how successful the surgery was. I bump into people who I haven't seen in a while, and they ask me, "How's your back?" And I realize I just haven't thought about my back, which is a huge difference. Before I had the surgery, it was constantly all I thought about because I was in agony the whole time. And now, for the most part, I'm not in any pain. There have been a few periods over the last year where I have experienced pain. The worst was last summer, like 3 years after the surgery. I went on 2 active holidays. So the first one, I went to Barcelona with my kids, and other than just walking around every day and cycling, which was sort of regular activity that I had already found was fine for my back, we did an activity where we went for half a day to the coast, and we did kayaking in the sea and snorkeling. So I knew that it was a bit dodgy for my back, but I really wanted to be able to do the activity with my kids. And the kayaking for the first about hour and a half was okay. And then my back started to get really sore, my lower back, obviously sitting in that position and leaning forward. It wasn't great for my back. Also jumping, from rocks into the sea. I didn't go to the highest ones because I knew that it would be really stupid, but I did jump in from a few meters into the water. Of course, I was careful, but I was taking a bit of a risk. I was nervous about it, but the next day I was actually fine. And then I came back to Israel, and I went with my husband to a few areas in the north of Italy, and we took a day trip in the Swiss Alps. So there was a lot of walking around, some walking, up hills and stuff like that. At the time I was fine, but when I got back to Israel, about a day after I got back to Israel, suddenly my back was in agony. And I don't know if it was because I'd overdone it, or because I'd suddenly stopped this intense exercise routine every day, and whichever it was, something, had flared up. And I think it was maybe just inflammation around the hardware in my back or something. I don't know. But I was in probably the most severe pain I've experienced since recovering from the surgery. And it went on for about a month or 6 weeks, during which time I did get a referral for an MRI, and I was having to take pain medication. I didn't go back onto Percocet. I didn't want to get addicted, so I was just taking Nurofen and paracetamol. But it was severe enough that I needed to take painkillers, which I hadn't needed for a while. But eventually it just wore off. It just got better by itself. So I didn't end up doing the MRI. And I said, I think possibly it was I just overdone it, and maybe there was some inflammation, like where the hardware is in my back. I can't tell you, it's just guesswork because I didn't in the end go to my surgeon. But it got better. And afterwards I was fine, and generally I am fine. Occasionally I have a little bit of sciatica, maybe I've sat down for too long, or I don't know, lay down for too long or something, but it always wears off. And when I do get pain, it's mild. It's not, I don't generally need to take any pain medication, and as I said, I'm really not thinking about my back at all. So that, that's a good testament to how well the surgery or the surgeon did. So I'm thrilled I did it. I really hope that, whoever does it has as successful an outcome as I have. Other than that, sex is really normal, you know, it's everything I hoped that it would be after the surgery. You know, I just don't think about it. So if we feel like being more passionate or whatever it is, I'm not thinking about positions. I'm not thinking about, you know, oh, don't be so rough or whatever. You know, we just do whatever we want to do and it's fine. The only thing still, you know, as I said afterwards, I've said all along, I can go on top now, but I can't go on top for as long as I could before the surgery. There's something in that movement of my hips that does make my back sore if I do it for a prolonged period of time. So, you know, we keep that down to a minimum. Maybe I'll do just a sex update because we have found the use of some toys has helped, you know, instead of me being on top, just to spice things up a little bit. But it's good. It's not, you know, I don't feel like our pleasure has been compromised because of the surgery. Yeah, actually the opposite, because before the surgery I was in pain the whole time, so it was hard to enjoy anything. And now, you know, I can lie down, I can have sex, I can walk, I can do whatever. So so it was definitely very positive. Right now, obviously, during the isolation and the coronavirus, and, you know, we're all experiencing this, suddenly being cooped up in the house, I'm concerned about my back hurting, because when I don't exercise, or even just walking around, it does hurt my back. So I'm planning on kind of going back into my post-surgery routine, which was just walking around the lounge. After the surgery, I didn't do any physiotherapy because my surgeon recommended to simply walk around the lounge. I worked, like, I started off with like 5 minutes and then 10 minutes and then 20 minutes up to like an hour a day. Walking, you know, I just cleared a path in my lounge, or I had my family clear a path in the lounge, and I just walked around. And I think I'm going to just start doing that again, and also possibly running up and down the stairs here, just so that I keep active, because I have found that if I'm sort of sitting for too long, or lying down for too long, then my back can start aching. So I would recommend anybody who is cooped up in the house and has back problems, try to walk around. It really does make a big difference. I'm also thinking about ordering a stationary bicycle. I'm not sure if they're still delivering those sorts of things, so I'm going to find out. We are getting food deliveries, but I'm not sure if that sort of shop is making deliveries. But, you know, also my youngest is, he really needs the exercise. And the truth is, the last time I was on a stationary bicycle was it was a while ago, and it did hurt my back then. I'm hoping that now it won't. So if I get on it, I will let you know. If I buy one, I'll let you know if it's something that is hurting my back. Thinking of getting a spinning bike and then following like online classes. So I'll let you know if that is something that hurts my back. But that's it really. So I hope that, you know, those of you who are going to have the surgery, that it will be as successful as mine has been. Perhaps I'll put up an update just for sex with like some more details. And I wish everybody good health through this insane period that we're all experiencing. I hope that you are healthy and that you don't have corona, and if you get it, it will be mild and you will get better. You know, it's crazy right now. No one knows what will be, but I just wish you all the best through this period, and hope that you're not in too much pain. If you have questions about the surgery, things that I haven't mentioned, please write underneath and I'll try to answer them. Think about what else I could say. And that's it for now. So be well, everyone. Bye.